Hi, I'm John Mobley, and this is the tips for the oral commentary.
I'm Catherine Neal, and this is Jessie Neshberger. You can see her there. Okay, here.
Alright, so we're going to give a presentation about, let's say, the actual thing is supposed to be 10 minutes long. We're going to go ahead and make
At least 10 minutes.
At least 10 minutes long, maximum of 15. We're going to go ahead and shorten it down to 2 so we can keep your attention.
Alright, so our first example is going to be really bad, and you don't want to do this. No, you really don't. It's really bad. Alright, here, I'm going to do it now. Okay, so in the book, The Kite Runner by that guy, there's a scene about a pomegranate, and there's this one guy who's like really rich and stuff, and then he has this servant who's sort of his friend, I guess. I don't know. But they're buddies and stuff, but he's really poor, and then they go to pick some pomegranates off this tree and stuff, and this tree is it's a really big tree with lots of pomegranates, and they pick a whole bunch of them and stuff, you know? And then Almir, the rich guy, he's like, yeah, well, what'd you do if I throw this pomegranate at you? and Hassan, he's like, he just sits there, and he looks really old, apparently. And so Almir just throws the pomegranate at him. He keeps throwing more and more pomegranates, and Hassan is really upset. And in the end, he takes a pomegranate and smushes it into his forehead, which symbolizes, yes, it symbolizes his inferiority, yeah, to Almir. And then Almir cries because he's really upset because of the rape and stuff. Yeah.
So reasons why that was bad. She was not very concise in her talking. She kind of just kept rambling on.
Oh, you can't
the
tell
major thing that was wrong with her was she totally just summarized the chapter itself. She really didn't have any thought about it. She just kind of took what she read and then put it right back. So she basically just regurgitated it. She also looks at her paper a lot. She kind of just kept going like this. She also used, like, so. Yeah, those are all words you shouldn't use.
Alright, now we're going to have an example of a really good one by Jessie Neshberger. Okay. Alright, so in Kite Runner, the author, Khaled Hosseini, uses the symbol of the pomegranate to symbolize Hassan and Amir's complicated relationship due to the rape and their difficult, or their different social classes. On page 92, it says, "Hit me back, I spat. I wish he'd give me the punishment I craved. Maybe then things could return to the way they had been between us." The word spat has a very strong connotation, very strong diction. The word, when you think about it, is very worse than like if Khaled Hosseini had said, "I yelled." And this shows the intensity of how Amir was feeling. Also, the narrator, or Hosseini, had used the words, "punishment I craved." And this is really ironic that someone would crave a punishment, especially from a close friend, in a relationship that you've had basically your whole entire life. This shows that Amir is desperate to feel something, be it good or bad, in their relationship. He wanted something to feel, to give his guilt some closure, because he felt a lot of guilt that he saw the rape and that he didn't do anything to protect him. So this wasn't perfect, but this is an example of a much better commentary. What you would need to do is develop the analysis a lot more, be more prepared, and don't say or like or so.
And you could see, even though she was reading from her paper, you could see the in-depth analysis that she had using literary terms, and she even used a quote at one point. This definitely brings your knowledge of the text more than just understanding. It is a you shouldn't say It's a better understanding. It's not just understanding it. It's actually going in depth in the story itself. Other things you should do. She also had a great thesis. It was very persuasive in the sense of it gave the audience a different topic.
You want a very clear thesis. The audience wants to know. They have to be able to pick out the thesis, especially your teacher. And it needs to be very clear, very comprehensible, needs to be concise yet make sense and be thorough. And the one that I used fit all of those categories.
So as a final note, you should definitely be prepared. At least practice it 2 or 3 times at home.
Yes.
To yourself.
Practice it in front of someone, whether it be, your family, if you line up your teddy bears and practice it in front of them, or get on Skype and practice it with your friends. Do something to practice. Speak through it. Be prepared. You want to know how the words are going to come out of your mouth, how it's going to feel when you have an audience.
So you can have a different feeling
yes.
When you're talking, so you're not just talking like this all the time, because that bores the audience very, very, very quickly. So, if you can add some energy to your presentation, that helps greatly.
Like the way I did, you don't want excessive hand gestures, but maybe it might capture the audience more than just a monotone voice. You want to add emphasis to your voice when it's needed. And you do want to have some energy to it, because even the teacher, your teacher is going to be grading around, anywhere between 80 or 100 of these, and you want yours to stand out.
And don't be like mine. Mine was very, very bad.
Yes. Don't hesitate with your words.
You'll get like a 2 if you do it like mine.
And finally, have your note cards prepared 2 nights before, so just in case you messed up one time, you can make sure that you have them again. And the day of, make sure that they're in order and they're all together so that they will not fall, because that has happened to some people, and people just kind of lose it after that. They don't have a sense of where they were going to go with it, and their whole entire presentation falls apart. So just make sure you're energetic, have your note cards ready, have a good thesis, and be prepared.
Wait. I know you guys have a ton of homework right now. It's time for all of the internal assessments, but you cannot procrastinate on this. Let me repeat it. You cannot procrastinate. You can't do any of this the night before. You need to have an idea of what you're doing. Start your analysis, start your quotes, everything 2 weeks before your presentation date. I can't stress it enough. You need to be prepared. That's probably the most important thing that we could tell you guys. So good luck on your oral presentations. I know as long as you follow our guidelines and keep in mind our tips, you'll do great.
Good luck from John.
And from Catherine and Jesse.
Bye.
Bye. I don't know.